Okay, now we're going to do binomials. So a binomial, if it has a squared term minus a squared term, you actually can break it up into what's being squared plus what's being squared. X is being squared plus y is being squared times what's being squared minus what's being squared. So if I have a squared term minus a squared term, I can break it up. So if I have x squared minus 144. So I look at that and I say it's a binomial, two terms separated by a difference. If I have a squared minus a square, I can factor it up. So x squared is x squared. And 144 is 12 squared. You should have that memorized. So since I do have a square minus a square, I can break that up. X plus 12, x minus 12. So if I had x squared minus 64, I'd say it's a binomial, two terms. So do I have a squared term minus a squared term? Now x squared is x squared, and 64 is 8 squared. 8 times 8. So since I have a square minus a square, I can actually break that up into what am I squaring plus what am I squaring? What am I squaring minus what am I squaring? So if I have x squared minus y to the fourth, I look at that and I say, oh, it's a binomial, two terms. So do I have a square minus a square? Well, x squared is x squared, and anything to an even power is a square. And remember, a base to a power, you multiply. So what times 2 is 4, and that would be 2. So that would be x plus y squared, x minus y squared. So let's look at some problems. It's a binomial. All of them are binomials. So do I have a square minus a square? Well, 1 is any power you want it to be. X squared is x squared. So it'd be x plus 1, x minus 1. Now notice you could put the minus here and the plus here. That would be okay. So what do you square? And 4 is 2 squared. So that would be x plus 2, x minus 2. Here, do I have a square minus a square? Well, x squared is x squared, and 25 is 5 squared, so it'd be x plus 5, x minus 5. Here we go. What do I square to get x squared? Well, x. What do I square to get 100? Well, that's 10. So it'd be x plus 10, x minus 10. Now, if you know what you're doing, you do not need to show this second step. But remember, the second step is not the answer. The answer is this right here. So what do you square to get x to the fourth? And that would be x squared. What do you square to get 49? And that would be 7 squared. So it's x squared plus 7, x squared minus 7. This one, what do you square? Well, when you raise a base to a power, then another power, you multiply. So 3 times 2 is 6. What do you square to get y to the 8th? Well, that would be y to the 4th. Because when you have a base to a power, you multiply. So that would be x cubed plus y to the 4th, x cubed minus y to the 4th. So this would be, what do you square to get 9x squared? Well, 3 squared is 9. X squared is x squared. 25 is 5 squared. So that would be 3x plus 5. 3x, minus 5. Now it's getting a little bit harder. Woohoo! So what do you square to get 4x to the 40th? Well, 4 is 2 squared, and x to the 40, base raised to a power, raised another power, you multiply, so it'd be 20 times 2. 81 is 9 squared, so it'd be 2x to the 20th minus 3, 2x to the 20th plus, oh, I messed up. That's supposed to be 9. I messed up. So this one, 8 is 64 squared. There. 1 is any power you want it to be. 8 is 64 squared, and x squared is x squared. So it'd be 8x plus 1, 8x minus 1. Try this last one on your own and then turn me back on. Okay, so it'd be x to the 5th squared minus y to the 6th squared. So it'd be x to the 5th plus y to the 6th. X to the 5th minus y to the 6th. Now don't forget your homework is in Schoology. Thank you.